So let's start with an overview of tempo in the Holst E-flat suite. The choice of tempo in each movement is one of the most important musical decisions to make, especially in this work. In the manuscript copy of First Suite in E-flat, Holst indicated that since each movement is derived from the same thematic material, it is desired that the entire work be played through without pause between movements. Now that suggests that Holst conceived the music with unity between each of the movements in mind. Tempos must therefore be selected with overall musical continuity being considered, as well as selecting tempos that achieve musical clarity for each movement. Now it is interesting to note that Holst gave no specific metronome markings in any of the movements, so one must use good musical instincts informed by knowledge of the entire score to make decisions about tempo. And tempo cannot be considered in isolation to everything else that is happening in the music. Qualities of the music such as harmonic tempo, that is how fast the harmony changes, rhythmic complexity, and density of counterpoint must be considered when making informed tempo choices. Tempo can be a powerful factor in achieving expressive clarity if one understands how it relates to the whole of the music. Now, ideally, one should make tempo decisions based solely on what best represents the music. But realistically, in an educational setting, one must also consider the technical limitations of students. Decisions about tempo can result in unintended challenges for musicians that they may not be able to overcome. For example, if one selects an opening tempo that is too slow, air management for the tubas and euphoniums in measures 1 through 9 becomes problematic, especially if there is only one player per part. However, if the opening tempo is too fast, it may become difficult for the harmonic suspensions and non-harmonic tones in measures 10 through 17 to be properly heard. Now another difficult tempo decision must be made at the maestoso at letter F, measure 115. If one pulls the tempo back too far and then strictly observes the ritardando beginning at measure 123 to the end of the movement, the final tempo becomes overly slow, and endurance, tonal center, and pitch control probably suffer as a result. In the process of studying the score and in rehearsing the music, some experimentation with tempo is probably useful. Balancing the interpretive needs of the music with the technical capabilities of the players will be an important consideration for all but the very finest ensembles. Finding what works musically and what works for your players may come from a certain amount of trial and error. Be willing to make changes throughout the process of rehearsal as your musicians develop their skills and as you find what feels right.